Hello guys, it's Coolly Planet here, and today I'm bringing you something different. Today I'll be reading you a creepypasta that I have made. Creepypasta has a scary story. It took me about 20 minutes to make this up, so hope you guys enjoy it. It's called The Last Time I Will Ever Go Camping. One foggy night in the woods is the last time I will ever go camping. Me and my cousin Devin have hiked up into the Rocky Mountains to find a place to camp over the weekend. We came upon a very foresty area and decided to settle here since the night was young and we didn't want to get lost in the dark. My cousin owns a Ford F-150 with an extended bed big enough to fit a sumo wrestler. We put out our sleeping bags in the truck and lay down and munched on delicious snacks and drank away at some Budweiser. I'm not supposed to drink Budweiser as my doctor says it is horrible and unhuman-like results on me, but I knew he was exaggerating. Plus, it was the first time Devin and I have been camping for a while, so why not? We chugged down at least 6 cans each. We talked and laughed and made theories upon why Donald Trump's hair is orange. We talked about our experiences at parties and over the years that we had in college. He graduated from UCLA in the class of 2015, as I went on to Duke and graduated the year of 2016. We talked about how diverse the circumstances are and the curriculums, as well as the types of people that went to our respective schools. Devin and I tried to play drunk horseshoes. We attempted for the next 2 hours but failed epically as we not once were able to get a horseshoe onto the pole. We laid down and gazed upon the stars in the bed of his truck. We pulled out his iPad and started to watch our favorite movie, The Smurfs. Of course our iPad had to die in the middle of the movie. "I gotta go real bad, Cole," my cousin said. "Go what?" I replied. "Go make sacrifices," he whispered. I yelled at him. "What?" I said. "I'm gonna go take a bathroom break, you deaf geezer," he replied jokingly. "Oh, my bad, Devin. If I'm not back in 15 minutes, I want you to take my truck and drive through the woods until you find me, or until you go find help. Got it?" "Sure," I replied. "Great." He took off. I laid there for the next 5 minutes, thinking. I'm more than sure he was joking, but what if? I'm pretty sure he would have told me way before this trip if he was legitimately making sacrifices. But then I realized the reason why he wouldn't tell me is because he could have killed me too. And that's his plan all along. I brushed it off and just decided to wait for him. Unfortunately, I passed out. I woke up at God knows when. Got up, looked around. I'm no longer in the truck, and the truck is no longer in sight. I got up frantically and looked around, searched my pockets as I found nothing in there. My phone is gone too. I looked over on the ground and saw tire tracks, and a trail hung blood and deformed claws. I immediately knew something or someone must have taken Devin along with the truck. I decided to follow the tracks. The night was too foggy to see any more than 20 feet ahead of me, so I was subjected to be prey by whatever lay in the forest at this time of night. My mind was racing as my heart was thumping louder than ever. As I followed the tracks, I heard screams from above. It sounded like shrieks, blood curdling and deafening. I brushed them off and said that maybe they were just crows in the night. As I came closer to where the tracks started to fade, the amount of blood grew more as to puddles every couple of feet here and there, and blood weirdly dripping from the high forest trees. I continued to walk until there was nothing but a trail of thick, dark red blood. I decided to crouch and try not to make any noise, thinking I was near the truck enough to where there were no more tracks. Through the fog slowly appeared the truck, and the blood led to the front of it. I slowly got down on my stomach, quietly looked under the truck, and saw the unthinkable. There lay Devin's body on the ground, next to an unhuman-like creature. I got up and went right behind it, slowly creeping around the truck, making zero noise as I go around. The being was crouching behind Devin, eating him alive. If the strange being were to stand up straight, it'd be at least a good 12 feet tall. It had bloody hairless paws. His legs are like porcupine. The way it was crouching was very similar to the way a human would crouch. His back was covered in blood and scaly, very scaly, like a lizard. His head was shaped like a standing peanut, with a shark type of fin on its head. It had the chest of a human, and when it turned around, his eyes were sunken in and rolled all the way back, with Devin in his mouth. I immediately grabbed my machete and stabbed it in his neck repeatedly till it fell over, and I stomped its head non-stop. I hooked it up to the bed of my truck and dragged its corpse face down on a very sharp and rocky road uphill. After 20 minutes of what I have done, I then decided to reverse the truck and continued to run it over and over until its neck snapped 5 times. I then hopped out, mutilated its legs, and shoved it up its mouth. I then duct taped its mouth shut, threw him in the bed of the truck, and drove up the mountain of Pikes Peak. At the very top, I threw the monster's body down the most jagged side of the mountain and drove off. Doctor's report. There was a completely mutilated body. It looks to be ran over several times, and his neck was broken in several places. We found him at the bottom of Pikes Peak, and we believe Cole Hill was the murderer, as we have found a lot of alcohol in his body and has been diagnosed with a severe case of schizophrenia. Well, hope you enjoyed this creepypasta homemade by me. This is a test. I stumbled on a few words, but it's okay. Hope y'all like this video. Comment, rate, subscribe for more. And I'll see you all later.